Remember playing The Price is Right as a kid, excitedly guessing the cost of a brand new car or a luxurious vacation? Well, trying to guess the price of a house these days feels like that, except the shock value is less. Come on down! And more, whoa, hold on a minute. Across the US, home prices have been doing a serious climb, leaving many potential buyers both bewildered and, frankly, a little bit terrified. It's no secret that the real estate market has always been a bit of a roller coaster. We've seen the highs, the lows, and everything in between. But this recent surge in prices has even seasoned experts scratching their heads. It's like everyone suddenly decided they needed a backyard and a home office, sending demand through the roof and leaving supply struggling to catch up. So, what's fueling this high-flying housing market? Why are prices soaring to new heights, leaving many Americans wondering if they'll ever be able to afford a place to call their own? Buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the heart of the US housing market, exploring the factors driving this surge and, most importantly, what it means for you. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the basic economic principle that makes the world go round: supply and demand. When it comes to housing, it's a tale as old as time. More buyers than sellers, prices go up. More sellers than buyers, prices go down. Simple, right? Well, not quite. You see, in recent years, the US has been facing a bit of a housing shortage. We simply haven't been building enough homes to keep up with the growing population, let alone the changing needs and desires of homebuyers. Add to that a generation of millennials finally entering the housing market, and you've got yourself a recipe for some serious competition. But it's not just about the number of homes available. It's also about where those homes are located. Traditionally, people flock to major cities for work, driving up demand in urban centers. However, the rise of remote work has thrown a wrench in that equation. Suddenly, people aren't tethered to their desks, and they're looking for more space, more affordability, and maybe even a bit of that suburban charm. This shift has put pressure on housing markets in smaller towns and suburbs, further fueling the price surge. Remember when location, location, location was the mantra of the real estate world? Well, it still is, but with a twist. The pandemic ushered in an era of remote work, and suddenly, the where of living became a whole lot more flexible. No longer bound by commutes and office life, people could set up shop anywhere with a decent internet connection. This newfound freedom has had a fascinating impact on the housing market. We've seen people packing up and moving to the suburbs, seeking out larger homes and more space for home offices, and, dare we say it, home gyms. Others have fled crowded cities altogether, opting for quieter, more affordable communities in what's being dubbed the rural renaissance. This shift towards remote work has not only impacted where people choose to live, but also what they're looking for in a home. Suddenly, features like home offices, spacious backyards, and strong internet connectivity have become top priorities. And with more people competing for homes that tick those boxes, prices have naturally been pushed upwards. It's a classic case of supply and demand, but with a modern remote work twist. Let's not forget about the actual cost of building a home. Remember the good old days when lumber was just lumber, and you didn't need a degree in economics to understand the price of plywood? Well, those days seem like a distant memory. The cost of building materials has skyrocketed in recent years, thanks in part to supply chain disruptions and increased demand. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to bake a cake, but the price of flour has tripled, eggs are as rare as gold, and good luck finding sugar on the shelves. That's kind of what it's like to build a house right now. From lumber and steel to windows and appliances, everything is more expensive and harder to come by. These rising construction costs have a ripple effect on the entire housing market. Home builders, faced with shrinking profit margins, are forced to raise prices on new construction, which in turn influences the prices of existing homes. It's a domino effect, and unfortunately, it's the homebuyer who often ends up footing the bill.